Good morning, guys. A good, great morning to all of those who tuned into the realest thing coming out of again to the world, indisputably so. And imagine in a world with almost 8 billion people, you can't dispute the fact that I am the realest thing in that world. You got people of all walks of life, people of all styles and fashions, billions of people on social media, but you only got one realest thing in the world. That's a matter of fact. And this, indisputably so. So, this morning, Jean, good morning. Sandy, Lynette, good morning. Rose, Irene, Rudy, good morning. Shafiq, good morning. Chris, Sharmala, Paul, a good, great morning to you. Now, to make sure we're on the same page, Monday is supposed to be motivation day, and we got issues. I can't not recognize boatloads of Venezuelans coming together and talk about the issue and address the issue because my mother is constantly calling me. My mother is constantly calling me. Right? So, Kathy, Astem, is Asthem, Astem. That's Astem, this is how it's pronounced. Indira, Selena, Nadira, Babita, a good morning to you. Lynette, Robert, Ramp, a good morning to you. So, I am embarking on a 3 to 5 day fast, and I'll tell you why I've been doing that. As you guys know, I've been frequenting the gym. As of recent, I did about 2 months of gym, heavy weightlifting. I think I've reached a certain peak that people would not have attained in such a short period of time because of the fact that I'm directly competing with someone who is an avid bodybuilder. So when I started the gym, I was on a rigid diet where it's mostly protein, right? Mostly protein. Meat, maybe some greens and so on. And it is the norm now that I have breakfast at around 11 or 12 o'clock in the day. So that's the norm. So I am not intermittent fasting. Some people say, oh, it's intermittent fasting. Intermittent fast is when you do that for a week. No, this is the norm for me. So it's not intermittent fasting. I'm now going to go into a fasting state for 3 to 5 days. And why am I going to do this? So being in the gym, my physical structure has changed. Being on diet, I've lost a lot of fat. But being in the gym, I've been able to tone. I feel energized. And then I went, because I'm seeing the tone and I'm seeing the changes in my body, I went a little off with the carbs. Eating a little rice, a little roti. And now, after going off a little bit of my diet, because I'm still balancing out with the gym, I'm exercising, my body is toning, I'm losing fat, I'm seeing the changes in my body. I went a little bit for the carbs, a little bit of sweet, had some shakes, been frequenting ice cream. And then I noticed some changes in my body. I started getting injuries. I lift heavy weight. Anybody who lifts heavy weight, no matter what you're doing, you can get injury. I lift some real heavy weights. I got an injury to my back. There's still a soreness here. All right. But I got an injury in my hand here, in the bone in the elbow here. And I'm looking at it. It's not getting right. So I've stopped the gym. Since last week, Friday, I stopped the gym because I'm in a state of healing. And then I say, you know something? I'm still feeling this soreness. And what's the source of all inflammation in the body? What's the most addictive thing in the food industry? Sugar. So I decide the only way to get rid of it, because no matter what, if you use bread, sugar. If you use any pastry, any sugar. A roti, sugar. Sugar is in all these things. Anything you drink or eat that is processed or packaged has sugar inside of it. So calculate the only thing is going to save me, and really, because first thing, within the day, I'll be entering ketosis. So I had my last meal yesterday afternoon, but within the day, I'll be entering ketosis. Ketosis is where my body starts using fat, right? My metabolism is going to start changing. My body is going to start adjusting, because mentally I've already programmed myself. Today is not an 11, 12 o'clock breakfast day. There's no breakfast. And then by nightfall, my body is going to be going into autophagy. Whereas I start looking for all the bad proteins in my body to use and pull to make sure my energy is sustainable. Right? So if you want to go on that journey, you could do today. You could start right now. You could just not eat today. You could do 12 hours. You could do from now till tomorrow morning, 24 hours. You could do from now till Tuesday morning. You could do from now till Tuesday evening. You understand? You can start right now going into a fasting state, because within 12 to 16 hours, you'll be entering ketosis. 18 to 24 hours, your body goes into autophagy. And you're going to start feeling changes. Yes, they're going to be grumbling in your stomach and all them things, but you're going to feel like, if it's the first time you're going to be doing this, you're going to feel like you're going through withdrawal. You'll be a new kind of junkie. You will be a junkie in withdrawal. You didn't know you was a junkie. Yesterday I went in, yesterday I had I had a day with a friend, and when he finished, left in the evening, he said it was enlightening. This is a man who was born into a wealthy family, had the opportunity of rubbing shoulders with all the elite people in this country. We spent most of yesterday afternoon together. We went to Berbice. I went and looked at a lot of the assets I have across this country. And we had, what must I say, very enlightening conversations. And it was steeped in philosophy and, if the term religious theism, it was steeped in real deep thought. So just me and he rolling, and we having discussions about things, sharing. And sometimes he asks me, why do you do what you do? How do you think this way? Yes, the day before we were, he asked me, how, when you got money, how do you deal with family who want money for borrow? Well, I've been making around with family years now. I got Uncle me interactive for years. I ask for something, I didn't get it. And I calculate, you got to go and get things for yourself. But when you do get it, you're going to keep these things. So family, I started disassociating myself from family a long time now, because I knew I wouldn't need them. If I could go, like a man is watching me. Let me give you two instances of men. So I got an uncle that when I was about 17 years of age, I asked him, I tell him I want to start a vulcanizing shop. So I used to work with a vulcanizing shop. I need a compressor, I need a machine. He said, yes, you can think. I never hear back nothing from me, I never get it. I don't know what was the result, I didn't care. What I know is my uncle didn't serve no purpose to me at the time. What was the use of having an uncle? Today, fast forward 20-something years, A man called me from America and said, Critic, I got 2 bobcats, I gave you $11 million, and you could walk and pay how you want. The next man called me, he said, watch, I got a bobcat with a set of spears and a Tacoma with a trailer, and gave her $20 million. I gave her 19 million. I want 20 million. I gave her 19 million. I tell you later, I could pay 10 million, and I go walk and pay 3 million a month for 3 months. Now, I don't know these guys. I can't even remember their name. Now, when you reach the stage in life, what's the use and purpose for family? It's logical. If the only thing you have is family you could depend upon, look at me family. Me family is about 700,000 strong. You understand? What is the purpose of family to a man like me? I got sons I could rely upon and depend they could rely on me, and we got things going on. I got friends and associates that could call on me anytime and I deliver and they deliver to me. I got friend I could go to my she house anytime, anything I want to eat. I got people across this country I could go and stay by anytime. No blood relation. What then is the purpose for family? For a man like me. Makes no sense. And you're going to end up in ideal situations. You're going to end up in unique situations. You have to figure out what that's worth to you. So in speaking with Joe yesterday, we were having a discussion and he asked me, he said, life is, the meaning of life is either death or insanity. There's life. Life itself is death or insanity. What it is. So you were given birth to. And from your conception, from the time of your conception, if you don't know, let me tell you what's conception. When your mother take your father in she and he break in she. Right? Hello.
Mr. Critic, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. Can you be quick about what it is?
Yes, quickly. So I'm one of the commuters from Mahaico to Georgetown. We have a road project going on. Very frustrated. There is just one police at the stop and go point. No other police supervising the flow of traffic as such. We have commuters poking the line. It's very disorderly, and the opposite flowing traffic cannot flow. It's just chaotic. It's frustrating because we have little kids. They're late to school. We're starting as early as 6:45 and can reach town for 9 o'clock. It's just frustrating.
I'll bring your frustration to the attention of the Minister of Public Works because of the fact that...
This is Mrs. Wallace calling you, by the way. So
yeah, I went through there yesterday. And I had the same experience. And yesterday was Sunday and it wasn't very busy. I could only imagine this morning is madness.
Mr. Critic, on a working day, you don't want to go through this problem.
Ma'am, I hear you loud and clear. I'll bring your concerns to the attention of the minister.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Right, you. I want to go through them, but I want you to go through me here and I carry me through it right now. It's Monday morning and I'm looking for get a positive thing. You understand? I understand your situation, but this is how we got to do it. I'm reading a book, Success Through a Positive Mental Attitude. Presently, that's the book that I'm reading. Yeah. So, trying to deal with it. Yeah, I gotta figure out ways to deal with things. So I'm talking to Joe yesterday, and Joe's telling me, life is, from your conception, it is my opinion, that from your conception, that is when the sperm of your father or a man who would have inseminated your mother, entered your mother, for those of you who are of a low literacy level, we have to break it down for you. Because too many times, the poor man don't think. If you listen to the poor man, you realize his life is an act. No matter how poor or ignorant you are, you can have deep thought. You can't have deep thoughts. And we were discussing that, and Joe said, man, but if you don't have knowledge, how can you differentiate and put in your head? How can you separate? Well, if you were to sit and listen to somebody and not react and absorb what they were telling you, if you were just to shut your mouth and listen and not react, and then upon their completion, you put some thought into it. You sit and go into deep thought. Does this make sense? So you're saying we're going to have new roads? Who are going to build these roads? How are these roads to be built? That is the kind of thought I had when I knew in 2015, after the PNC would have won the election, after 3 months, I realized they could not have done what they said they would have done. The thing is, I went into deep thought a little too late. But I always knew something was off about the promises they made. Because the PNC spoke like they were the economy. And that's what nobody paid attention to. Like how when the PPP comes into power, the PNC is the arm that is there that creates unrest and civil disobedience. And you see the crime situation changes in the country. When the PNC in power, the economic changes. The economy of the country changes. Because that is where the PPP's strength is. So if one had put deep thought into it, one would go back and look at the experiences we've had with past PNC administrations and know they're incapable of bringing economic stability. They have plans like anybody else. Like if you go across this country, there are 300,000 odd households. Many are led by men. All are not perfect. Many are headed by single parents, single women. Many are not perfect. But they're all homes, single women. There are many women with one son, one daughter who can't get it right. And there are many with one son and one daughter who has done extremely well for themselves. To really understand the human state, one has to take time to think. Put thought into what you want to do. Try to go into a state that gives you foresight. Even as a stupid man, think, if I do this, and that thought has to negate one's emotions. One must remember that. To enter into a deep state of thought, one has to be looking at the balance between one's emotions. Because the purpose of going into a deep state of thought is understanding one's situation and acceptance of one's state. So if you go into a deep state of thought as a stupid man, you realize you're a stupid man. And what do you do about that? If you've been through 5 women and you loving women and they just pushing you aside or they just overriding you, you ask yourself, it can't be lucky that I run into 5 whores. It got to be 5 women run into 1 fool. It's simple. You ain't got to, it ain't take rocket science. 1 woman, well, I is me or she. We could walk wild. 2 women, man, a bad lucky. 3 women? You're a jackass, boy. Because at some point in time, you got to draw the line. You understand? You got to accept what is your problem. I like me. When I've been with them by more, I thought the world was this woman. Now, I still holding and drinking rum and island. So I wasn't the perfect husband. But I imagine myself, me and she, like I used to watch them cowboy pictures, so right away around there's got a patio, the house with the lower, with the patio, you just walk down 3 stairs, right? Master residence. I imagine myself and she there with rocking chair. So far I thought of. With my wife at the time. So far I thought. I could have seen the future. So imagine how I was engrossed in making this thing happen. It didn't work out. But I had conflicting programs in my head. Because I could have seen the long term. But I didn't realize you had to walk the straight and narrow path to get there. You can't want to be a whore and screwing everybody and expect the woman to know that you're going to stay. She thinking, you gone. Once another woman involved, you gone. She can't see it. And I didn't planning to go nowhere. I was just a whore. You understand? With a wife. She just couldn't see it. Right? So, to put it in the context, and what I'm telling you, like today is like an inspirational day, and because it was yesterday, was a whole day of that. Putting it into context, you got itate as the Rastaman say. Deep, you have to go into a deep state of thought. Whereas you sit alone, possibly in a dark room, not on the phone, but going back and really thinking. Not about work. Not about what got cooked today. Where are you? Where am I today? Am I where I want to be? Am I satisfied with what I am doing? And to enter, this is a bit of enlightenment to you. Because I got to start doing that to motivate most people. Maybe a woman is in confusion. And she wants to know why the relationship is not working. Why is he acting the way he's acting? But it is obvious that you don't pay attention. Because each action has a similar and varying reaction. Everything. Everything. There's a story, and I was telling a guy, as yesterday time about it, I was telling Winston the idea. So, a stepdaughter go to a Obi man. Hey, bro.
I see you looking like a star boy on this morning program.
Yeah.
I see you wearing tight jersey, see your body looking good, you shave up. And I just want everybody to know this is not by coincidence since you start hanging out with Guyana #1 star boy, you looking like a star boy, right? So I want to let everybody know what's going on, that this is thanks to me, and they can call me and congratulate me whenever they're ready. But thank you, y'all have a great and blessed day.
Yeah, buddy, take care. Yeah, and bye. Yeah. I said thanks to me. I would say that he's narcissist, but because I know him. He's just a privileged child that might have been two steps away from trained mental retardation. He's not a narcissist. He's a good guy, all-out good guy, would see the best for you, and yes, could be very childish at times, but Sian is a good guy. But when you listen to somebody, if it's out of the norm, somebody says, thanks to me, and yes, you assume that they're self-centered. But Sian is a good, because I know him. I know him. Maybe 2 cues away from not physical, but trained retardation. Do you know you could train retards? Yes. If you're in a society or in an environment that everybody is retarded, you got a child grow up in a retarded environment, they become retarded. You understand? And because Sian as a little boy spent a lot of time locked away eating chocolate as a little fat boy, you understand? He might not necessarily been a retard, but he could have turned into a Teletubby if he didn't take up this. Remember the Teletubbies? He might have been watching those videos and all that kind of thing. So he got this little bouncy boy thing about him. You understand? I'm thinking, looking at him and what I know of him for the few months that we're friends now, I'm thinking, now the brain, the gray matter that is considered to be brain, is coated by a thin membrane between the gray matter, which is the brain, and the skull. It's highly likely there's a little more space in Sian's head than normal. So his brain might not be completely affixed in the skull. They might have some movement, a causing for his attitude. I would have to run that by our leading neurosurgeon, Dr. Duki, if he can give some explanation in that. But I know, knowing Sian, he would love to do a CAT scan and figure out what is wrong with him. You understand? And then he would go on to say, after finding out that his brain is loose in his head, he would go on to pontificate and celebrate the fact that he is one of the only people with a loose brain in the head. He's the kind of man like that. You understand? Anybody who would eat a bowl of noodles, you understand, win a competition against a set of poor people, and then stand up and say, win, a win is a win. You understand? You know. The brain in making solid cushioning contact with the skull. Things loose in there. You guys see. No. Here. Don't let me think. You can't. You like attention, you get attention. It's which day we had he with his noodles by? The 27th, the 26th. Live gas station, hacker. Let me see what in the 26th folder. Gym. Police teacher. 27 folder. Ting, thief man. This is a little way back now. Brian Max. October live. Gas station hacker 26, 27. Fight naked man live. Let me try 25th. 25th is fire gym. We're going down to the gym. Yeah, I ain't finding it. Because I would show you a day with Sian and then you're going to understand. Then you get to understanding as we're going in. He operates from a different mental state. You understand? So, alright, don't leave. Steve, good morning. Steve John, good morning to you. Vidya, good morning to you. So, I tell y'all, right? Understanding one's present state and nothing like going into deep thought. Whether you're a man, and I speak mostly for women, in representation, mostly for men in representation of being a fair man to a woman, but you gotta be real. Because what happens, I like with me, there is a varying situations that can happen. Tony, morning. There are varying situations that can happen with an individual. And that's what happens with me. So you start a friendship or a relationship or a business, and so with me. And you think you know me. But I'm a deep thinker, so I go back, put some thought and consideration into what I'm doing, and then you start seeing changes in my life and you want to know what's going on. My life is an ever-changing process, and we were talking about life. The fact that life itself is death or insanity. That's what we're going to look at life as. And the purpose of life is to defeat death or insanity. So as I was saying earlier, from your time of conception, when you were conceived as a child, your father's sperm going into your mother's egg, all you've been trying to do hourly is live until death. In my pursuance of wealth, health, going in, why going in the gym for? This good look and change in persona, where's the intention specifically? Is to live a longer, healthier life. Why do I eat? Why do I drink things? Is to live. And the constant interaction with human beings, education, and striving to be better is trying to escape insanity. You explain to me. If the purpose of life is not to escape death or insanity, tell me what is. Look at your day-to-day life and what you do. And tell me what is your purpose. So we all working for money, we all eating, we shitting, we waking up every day. Why do you wake up? Eh? Why do you do what you do? And if the poor man, and again, poverty is a mentality, it's not a financial disposition. That's a matter of fact that can't be disputed. If the poor man stopped to think of his purpose, he would see life differently. And I want to share something with you. So I have a friend at Haslington. What's going on here? Where was the folder? Today's what date, boy? Yeah, I got a folder marked the 20th. Oh, the folder is the 30th. Okay. So let me give y'all. So I have a friend at Haslington. Black guy who's always followed me. He's followed me a number of years now. He's supported me on my down days. I want to give you a scenario. A man who never asked me for anything. A man who has a wife and 2 children, has grown a business. A man that I know following me, and he come from America, and so I said, I come here and batten down. Never ask him nothing, never dare complain from Orlando. In Haslington. Never talk about politics. We never had a political discussion, nothing. He just followed me. We don't share ideas and politics, nothing. He knew me ideas. The country knew my disposition. Everybody know me story. I was made to understand that Jagdeo was going to visit Haslington on Saturday. When I was made aware, I said, man, if Jagdeo going to visit Haslington and being the general secretary of the party, he would use party sources. Obviously, even in a black community, you got PPP supporters, and who will a PPP organizer look for? You will look for PPP people. So I look for, when I hear about it, I say, man, you know, roll up on people just so. Black people don't have no vibes, you don't worry what they're talking or what they're saying. Black people are very sensitive, they're always up in the feelings, you understand? But it comes from a state of love. Their angers might be misguided, but black people in general are a state of love. I grew up with this. I grew up going back by Auntie Jice, and she mixing cake, and I eating the cake, mixing going home shitting, with eating the flour raw. You understand? I grew up from going upstairs by and peep TV by a 60 Light Street, Albertstown, upstairs at the back. Black people, that's what I grew up. So no, I never felt any way like my rights were being trampled upon or people scarring me and nothing. All I felt was loved and cared for. People got the issues. Sometimes the people let me see, they want to screw something, they lock the door upon me. Right? As you get older, you realize, man, the man must say, they want to screw you away from me, they also watch TV. You understand? You turn off the TV, it's not because they got a bad mind against you. Right? Knowing that, I said, man, listen to me. Go by this man and husband. This man call anybody. 20 minutes before we go, I call Orlando. I said, call anybody and everybody who needs help. If Jagdeo say he can do something, he's going to do it. Right? Which, you remember, they got a 3 o'clock, 3:30 meeting prepared in Haslington scheme. That set up people think. We ain't got no set up meeting. Orlando's not no political banner. I say, yo, you just call people who need help. Let me see you guys. People come, they sit down one side, people sit down outside. I said this thing here says a rapport. When I pull up, because this, I just go by this man's shop. I just go by this man's shop. I just go line the gap, everybody know me. But what purpose if I know a man? I could call a man and tell he come and pass through. Big up my partner. What kind of a friend I would have been if I could not have done that? So, let me give you a little instance of it live. Right? So this is live video footage from the meeting in Haslington. There's Jagdeo sitting up in the corner there. Now I want to share something with you. Now, you see this man sit down here? You see this man sit down here? I go by his house, I see sit down. Black man sit down in front of the door. He foot wrap up his hand. I say, boss man. One them big bike come in there, go out there and tell them your problem. If you meet the man, they just opposite on and ask you what Critic tell you. I don't know you. All I know is that I got a man coming that you could tell you problem, you can solve your problem. Right? I trust that could happen. You read him. Me want money, I spending money, I sick and I. Well, I said a fucking shipping is that attack. Straight up. Couple minutes after when Jagdeo come, he come and sit down in the meeting. Me had a little gaff and talk and thing. He take a blight from me. I said, man, I bring a man here where you could ask for anything. You could ask for a new road. You could ask for a concrete drain. You could ask for anything. If you could give, you could give. You want a blight from me. You know the man sit down there. He didn't ask for nothing. He didn't have no problem because he's contented. He didn't have no problem. I'm going to show the pictures. I'm going to tell you what come out of the meeting there. Some women came. Here they say. What did they say, sir? And it happened on this life. Now, bear in mind, this is an impromptu meeting. I was made aware that Jagdeo was going to Hasland, and I said, partner, and in my mind's eye, I am saying if the General Secretary is going to Haslington, he can call somebody politically affiliated and they will organize it. That means mostly PPP people can come. I'm saying if you go to Haslington, you go to anybody, anywhere. And I choose to carry him by a friend of mine who has no political affiliation, very progressive, all that shed we've seen and so on there. He built since he come back. You understand? Since PPP in power, he built not with nobody help. He don't know nobody, never meet nobody. This is the wife video, and this is a video, a live video that the wife, I didn't even know was a live video. Because I say, with y'all, and nothing y'all, because I don't know if I ask for Haslington. He said, beg for we, we talk for we, I ain't got beg. Them bandits campaign and tell you they can do this and do that. We just tell them what you want. Haslington getting a ground. The biggest ground will be done. The man call Charles Ramson right away there. Listen to this. Anybody who applied before 2029, you can get it immediately. No, listen to me. While at that meeting, Jagdeo told the people there at that meeting, anybody before 2019 can get a thing immediately. Some women left right away. You know how I feel? Sitting there. I know that I initiate though. And people can get house that right. They left right away. And go and bring the paper. Steve take photos and take the information. They will be getting the house lots. Because there's a standard process of the Ministry of Housing. All people who apply before 2019 getting the house lot expeditiously. Well, when you say right, people expect you to come and they go show you the house lot. You gotta go through the process, but you there next. You understand? Now the people had certain interactions, but I want to show you something. I want to tell you something. And much people don't push much thought into it. So this big man was sit down here. This big man was sit down here. He sit down with a walking stick and so. As I tell you, I meet you yesterday, I tell you, you come out. When he talked, he spoke first. He spoke around, I want money, you understand? But he realized he himself have not put much effort into getting anything. That's why when he go there and he sit down there, he had not much to ask for. And that is what we have to do more. Put deep thought into what we want. Where do we want to be? Who do you want to be? How do you want to be seen as an individual? You understand? Now I telling a man yesterday, but this scenario with me, partner. No, it didn't take anything out of me to arrange that visit there. It didn't take any. It was a phone call. It happened 20 minutes before, and a lot of people came out. Right? Let me show you pictures of the different people that came out. A lot of people came out. Right? A lot of people had their concerns addressed. A lot of people just heard what was going on. Right? A lot of people came out. So when I come now, I will stand up out. I say, man, come in, tell the man what's going on. Tell the man how you feel. Tell the man what you want to hear. You understand? So, it didn't take anything out of me to make a phone call and arrange this. And next man I call, man, me, I didn't know what would come out of it. But I know around me, there's always positive experiences. And when I hear Jack, you will say, anybody before 2019, I see people go and bring the paper right away. And I felt proud that that situation occurred. That at least 5-6 people could have had or jumped hurdles that were in their way for a long time. You know, is it 2019? 2019? There's a there's the other day. But it's a long time. People waiting years. And just as a result of a willingness, like me going and thinking, Biden will just cost me, and it's cost PNC. I don't have time with that. I can't let yo, partner, I got. If you could get, go for it. I went to next meeting, and I see a lady stand up. So obviously a PNC, we don't want handouts. Well, auntie, I can remember from PNC time, y'all never get nothing. Show me where you got do with these things. If you're representing a political party, you gotta say, we got this from Granger. We don't want this from you. You understand? You ain't got nothing for show what you got. Or what you get. But you know what you don't want. Look, we don't play politics with the people's lives. Do some introspection. Think about if the opportunity, like I'm hearing a set of people saying yesterday, this is the first time I see Jack Dio in person by anything, and the whole demeanor change. Because the impression to black people of Jack Dio is a demon. You understand? You get the video with Glenn Lal when the people got mad? Glenn Lal hire pick up destitutes, mental ill people and all, and then give them money, give them jersey and everything, and then they go mad for he. People go mad for he. So yesterday, at least Saturday, we had a positive, right? This is why I like see. Jagdio continues to go on the ground and take the time and effort to explain to people. You could find any other politician. The president, well, Jagdio, the president is Linden. The president went to 5 corner. If you go to the president page, continually, you have, maybe we're going to see with the president. You just got to go into the page, you know. So you go to the president page, Cooperative Republic of Guyana, and you see what the president been doing. Right? Let me see what the president been doing. Yeah, half enough. So let me run through some. Here's the president and his ministers. Proud Guyanese. The place been hot by, fat by sweating her ass. So, what more can one ask for? If you're gonna reach the president, if these people were not accessible, you have government ministers, a president, a vice president who continue to meet and greet, kneel, deal, and wheel with the people. It is you who have to know what you want in life. What's your purpose in life? How, if you had the opportunity, what would you ask for? What is the one thing you could ask for? It is likely, at the rate the vice president and the president of Guyana is going, you will meet them at least one time in your lifetime. Because they're going across this country and they're meeting everybody. What is the one thing that you would like to say to the president? What is the one thing you would like to request? And if we start doing some deep introspection, one would realize there are things that one could ask for holistically that will serve all of us well. And if we want to be selfish, there are things we could ask for personally. That is why when I realized that the vice president was going to Hasn't, I said, man, just pull up anywhere at any shop, go buy this money. Call the man, call the people. Because when the opportunity presents itself, it had about 5 or maybe 10 women who were able to go and get the document and show that they got applied from house lad before 2019 and they will be getting their house lad. At least those were one of the days that I could say, as the Guyanese critic, I really and truly served genuine purpose. Like many other days, yes, but Saturday, that was the purpose. Live a purposeful life. Live a meaningful life. It's interesting, try it. Try living a purposeful and meaningful life. Now, this is an instance I came across an accident. A Venezuelan was hit down and killed. So he's riding in the direction with the traffic, in the car now, and then for some reason stumbled or end up in the oncoming traffic. Watch this. Right? Um, I don't know if it's an electric bike or what. This is a video from, I think, Guyana Daily News. But you see him here, riding, coming along this path, then suddenly dash across. Right? I try to understand what's the program. Was this an electric bike? No, he's pedaling. He's pedaling and suddenly what he throw to the side. He's pedaling. He fall to the side in the middle of the road, bam. The man run over his head and he dead. Yes. So he was pedaling. Let me see what the police report says. Let me get the police report. And I sent it to TBN this morning. So police are investigating a fatal accident which occurred at around 16:45 this morning. That would be Friday on Metamizar Public Road, West Coast, Demerara, involving motor car PAB 3984, owned and driven by 25-year-old female resident of Lenora. I could only imagine how she traumatized. And pedal cyclist Cesar Olivares, 40-year-old Venezuelan national of Metamizar. Inquiries disclosed that the motor car PAB was proceeding west along, and there's heading up the West Coast side, west along the southern side of Metamizar Public Road at a normal rate of speed, while the pedal cyclist was proceeding in the same direction in front of the motor car. The cyclist lost control of his bicycle and swerved north into the path of the motor car. The driver swerved south to avoid a collision, but the pedal cyclist fell onto the road surface and but the cyclist collided with the right front portion of the motor car. As a result of the collision, the pedal cyclist fell onto the road surface and received injuries to his body. The motor car came to a stop on a sand heap on the southern parapet. The pedal cyclist was picked up in an unconscious state and conveyed to Lenore. Conveyed, C-O-N-V-E-Y, conveyed to Lenora Cottage Hospital in a police vehicle, where he was pronounced dead on arrival by a doctor on duty. The body was then escorted to Ezekiel from the parlor. So I could only imagine this individual driving on the road, and then, let me look at it again. He riding, bam, lose control, badam fall in front. Is he head? She run over his head. He was dead. He was dead instantly. He foot no move back, nothing. He body ain't moving there. She swerve and drive up on the sand heap. That's why you gotta always be cautious. There's a new driver, PAB. She now start driving. Not to say she driving wild or anything, but you understand? That's how it goes. You gotta be careful. Right? You always gotta be on the ready and cautious about your environment. So, in closing, I want to discuss the Venezuelans. Recently, a lot of videos surfaced about Venezuelans landing on our shores and so on. 150, 200 a time. So, unfortunately, that this is happening at a time that the Venezuelan government, the Maduro administration, is trying to hold a referendum to take over Essequibo, so to say. The world is our witness, and we know where we are and where we're going to be. Guyanese don't have to worry about that. This morning, I just passed an hour. I just sensed it, an hour and 14 seconds. And that's come naturally to me. There's no an average an hour. I gotta start getting a clock up there. So the Venezuelan situation is a unique one. Some Guyanese that have political motives have been trying to twist it and create uncertainty in this country, unfortunately. Now, presently, we have somewhere between 50 to 80,000 Venezuelans in Guyana, of which only a few might have come with plane, in the hundreds, not thousands. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, critics. With the Venezuelan issue, if...
Well, here now, I ain't intend to do a debate today. I'm telling you all we're going on, and you take it how you want, put it wherever you want in the comments.
All right.
Safe. I ain't doing a debate with it. I'm telling you all we're going on. That is a matter of fact. I'm laying the facts on the table. So presently in Guyana, there are between 50 to 80,000 Venezuelans in Guyana. Right? Now, none of them, not 1,000 of them, of the 50 to 80,000, 1,000 and now 1,000, they don't fly from Caracas on a plane. All of them, almost 80,000 of them, who they all around are going board the market yesterday is bare Spanish-speaking people. They have the same amount of Spanish-speaking people like Guyanese in board the market yesterday. All of them come by boat. Right? In recent times, it has been more frequent. Do you know how Venezuelans come in, or why Venezuelans come into Guyana? Or why 50 to 80,000 Venezuelans are here? They're escaping hardships in Venezuela. A lot of them are of Guyanese origin. And their Venezuelans are our brothers. We receive them with open arms. Now, because of the Venezuelan Maduro government stance, we look at, oh, people come with boat. Did you see a video with women and children? Now, hear me say, yeah, everybody jump, oh God, Venezuela's coming. How you believe 80,000 Richie? They didn't drop one time. They've been coming all the time. Now, I don't know what the administration is doing to curb, curtail, monitor, or whatever. That is open for discussion. But for us to act surprised like, oh, Venezuela's, yes, they've been coming years now. All the time through the PNC, the 2015, all the time through they coming. Because Venezuelans are facing hardships. When you see these people come, it's not about suit and tie come. When you got Spanish women come over, right away come and start opening the foot, they know it's survival. So you must be aware. You must ask the government, so how do you plan to treat it? It looks like more coming now. There's a frequency in arrivals. Or is there? We don't know. We see in boats. We see in one video now. But how frequent they were that would have caused 80,000, 50 to 80,000 to be on the ground right now? How they used to come? 100, 200 at a time? The Guyana police force got to be more forthcoming through the immigration services with the statistics. How did they come in and all them thing now? Give people the information for ward off these insinuations that are being made. You understand? Venezuelans are facing hardships. That is why they come. We're not being invaded. Now, again, all of them can't come over here. Venezuela got 31 million people. We can't sustain them. How is that treated? Are there more Guyanese that need to come over back? Are we going to take Guyanese alone? Are we going to take Venezuelans with Guyanese heritage? That is what we have to discuss. There's an influx of immigrants. How do we treat it? Now, very useful. At our black factory, we using Warrows who happen to be Guyanese, but live on the Venezuelan border. Or got Guyanese parents or a Guyanese brother, because the Warrows is there on the Venezuelan border. And because of their primitive nature, them that's they over this one side the river, they over the one side walking, and so they even know where they just know they're the bush area. I don't think most of them even realize that one, sometimes there's the Venezuela, sometimes there's the Guyana. If you go in the bush area, you know it's just a river there. You understand? Now, how is it being treated? Like me seeing the Guyana police force putting out no statistics that making no sense for show people. When 80,000 to 50 to 80,000 people reach it. Now everybody, oh God, Venezuela come on a boat. It's just 150. Thousands of them there. Y'all, man, them screwing them Spanish gal. And they ain't no Spanish there. I can't remember the last time I see a Guyanese whore. All them Guyanese whore now got job and acting like if there's office girl. I kid you not. You can't find a Guyanese whore. The only thing I see is the Spanish auntie men them yet. Wrong by the cathedral. The big up to the LGBT community, you understand? Guyanese BT still running things. Wrong by the cathedral there. You understand? But when it comes to Spanish whores, girl, people like, oh God, Spanish people come on the boat. Will you believe make your husband and argue no more? Spanish whore making you happy. Now you discover the Spanish there in your life. In your husband's pants. And now you know Spanish land in it? Girl, you joking? You like Christopher Columbus? Miss a whole continent. And call it the West Indies. Looking for India. Saharis Dilian saying, if that's the case, soon time is Pedro Ramdial and Joseph Passad. Yeah. Likely. I know Rodriguez gonna stay Rodriguez because I ain't no Spanish thing, but I ain't know. Yeah, that. Not me. I full loyal to Guyanese. Yeah, that? Nah. Hey man, how stupid are you stupid, sir? Eh? Here. Somebody said El Critico. No. Them girls is good girls, I can tell you. I had the experience of them, but I ain't gonna. They're a little too good for me. You understand? To have a Spanish woman take care of you and satisfy you is a frightening experience. You understand? All I studying is where she learned this from. Spanish gal easy. You ever drive in a truck and the driver thing and changing gear and the gear greater? I'm telling a man the idea, all them Guyanese man, there's one little tail, right? Till they meet a Spanish girl. Because you've got a reason, girl, you know, why for do it and you gotta get oil and all kind of thing and this and that. Spanish woman, they throw the car in reverse gear. You understand? Then you catch yourself you there and you buckle in. It's then you calculate, woo! This is life-changing experience. I tell you it's happened. People just trying to ask their wife, you gotta get sweet home for doing Twitter and anything. Spanish girl. First gear, second gear, reverse gear. Right away, bandits. What's this? You understand? Just a dry. Nearly broke the shaft. Just a dry. You understand? Them girl don't play. And when I get them exchange, I say, somebody asked me, Vinny, if I know. If I know. If I know. El Critico know well. I tell you. I can't tell you stories what I know about. It's just that now I changed my life. You understand? If I know. Here, y'all take care. We can keep an eye out. We ask the government at the next press conference. I'm going to ask Jack, you're going to do a whole soul interview. I think we could do an interview. We got enough things to discuss with the Venezuelans. Because I see a video I did trying to make it out like if Jagdio will sell out to the Venezuelans. But Jagdio is a real impediment to the PNC. The PNC can't get nowhere or move anywhere in this country, can't develop ahead of Jagdio. Jagdio has thought about every strategy involving the PNC. And for they push the agenda, they ain't got no plan. Failure is not a plan. Agenda. For they push the agenda, Jagdio is the problem for them. You understand? Imagine Jagdio could do a press conference every Thursday and got something for address and talk about. And they ain't got issues for address every Thursday. You understand? So they got a problem. So you guys take care.